I have to be honest with you, I'm struggling a little bit today. Past few days we've been working on cutting down trees and cutting up the trees. My body's just feeling it today. This is just one of those days where I just feeling it, just feel fatigued. This is all the wood that I cut up yesterday. And this is the area that we've been working on, and I still have this area right here to go. Not gonna do it today, definitely listening to my body. Each week we take one day off of rest and just recovery from doing any type of projects and things like that, because that is vitally important. But every now and then, it's important to take some time off, listen to your body. And trust me, I've learned this lesson the hard way with continuing to push my body to the point where I've gotten sick a few times and I've had to deal with chronic stuff because of that. But today I'm gonna listen to my body. I'm still gonna try to do some light things we're gonna tackle here in a minute, but I'm not gonna try to do anything really physical today. My body's talking to me and telling me it's needing rest, and so we're gonna listen to it. With homesteading, there's all kind of tasks and projects and things to do that just scream at you on a daily basis. And I know a lot of homesteaders who have dealt with burnout to one degree or another. And it can be tough finding the balance of work, rest, play, normal just life when you're doing this type of lifestyle. But it's very important to listen to your body, listen to the relationships around you, especially those close ones, and try to find a balance of the work that needs to be done in projects, because those things have to be done, but also at the same time have time for rest, recovery, play, and fun. And all that is so very important. So today I'm just going to work on one project just for a little bit. The greenhouse has some work that really needs to be done in there to start getting things ready for the main growing season, and we need to start seeds this week. So that in mind, I definitely want to make sure I do some work today in the greenhouse. I'm not feeling so bad that I can't start doing something, but I'm just going to put in maybe an hour or so, just kind of tidying up, and I'm going to listen to my body, and then I'm going to get some rest in. Check on the family, spend some time with the family. One of the toughest and most humbling lessons that I've had to learn is that I'm not invincible. And I know you may be saying, Mike, that's obvious, you should know that. Well, it's kind of not. When you're younger and you're full of energy and you feel strong and that energy and strength feels limitless, you feel like Superman. You feel like you can just keep going and going like the Energizer Bunny. Even just 6 years ago, when I started my homestead, I felt like I just was full of energy. And at the time I was getting into homesteading for the first time, I was super enthusiastic and was just full of all kind of energy and enthusiasm about starting homestead. Even though I lacked knowledge and experience in homesteading, I was ready physically in every way to take on whatever was going to come our way. Yet along the way of pushing myself more and more and more, you feel like that all that begins to wane. That energy, that enthusiasm, it just kind of chips away at you. When you feel like you're having to work like a robot, which we're not supposed to be, all that just begins to wear down. And along the way, I've had to learn these lessons the hard way, that we are not robots, that we need rest, we need to take care of our bodies, and self-care is extremely important. And part of self-care includes having a right diet, making sure you're eating the right things, and that way making sure you get the right amount of exercise, but not too much, because too much exercise will break your body down as well. When I used to do personal training, and I work with a number of even bodybuilders and people who are really dedicated to their fitness, I always said every 6 months you need to give your body a week off of lifting weights, and just take that time to let your body recover. Your mind needs it too. And I think that applies to other areas of life. Every so often we need a break. We need to shift gears, and we need to kind of calm down and let our bodies just recuperate. Our bodies need it. We need it on a weekly basis, at least once a week, to let our bodies recover. But every so often we need to have extended a couple of days where our bodies and our minds are just recovering. Our whole being needs that from time to time, to switch gears. And one of the things that happens when we continue to push ourselves, our body gets overtaken with stress hormones of cortisol, and our body aren't able to handle all that cortisol. And it kind of throws things out of balance, your hormones and all kind of things. So it's very important to let your body be able to deal with that and not overload it with stress. For me, I have found that every 6 months, it's usually around January/February that I feel like my body is craving that. And then again around July and August. It's almost like your body has a rhythm. My body has a rhythm with that, and it's craving for just to slow down and shift gears a little bit, and kind of refocus on letting your body recuperate from all the drive and the pushing it. And I do want to say, you don't have to go on vacation to some exotic place, because sometimes going on vacation we can actually just push ourselves more, where we come back from the vacation worse than when we left. But find a place, a quiet place, a place where you feel like you can be restored. I remember this past fall, my family and I, we were at the National Heirloom Expo and out in California, and we had an opportunity to visit a Redwood Forest, and this place was amazing. We are here at the Armstrong Redwood Forest in California, and we are seeing redwood trees for the very first time in person. And let me tell you, it is absolutely amazing. I know that there's bigger forests that have bigger redwood trees, but this has given us a taste and an introduction to redwood trees, and it is amazing. Hey Micah, can you see the top of this tree? Look up and see it.
Wow.
Is it way up there? Wow. The size of these trees are absolutely amazing. So beautiful. And it smells so good here. Wow, this is pretty cool.
Let me take a picture of you.
Wow, this is crazy. It's like you got a little area to live right here inside this tree. And you can go right inside here. Looks like there was a fire at some point and it burned out part of this redwood. And we're right here inside of it. And it's crazy to think about, Selah, how much of this tree is right above our heads. This tree just keeps going on and 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 on above our heads. Wow. Hey ladies, what do you think about being here? How does it feel?
Really good.
You're not a lady, but you're welcome to say how you feel. As we're walking through this forest here, it's just so peaceful and so quiet. I almost feel bad for coming here and disrupting the peace and quiet, but it's just so, I just can't get this peaceful here. And you can just feel something different here. It's really, really neat. And just being dwarfed by the size of these trees gives you kind of a perspective that we're so small. Oh man, it's neat to just take it in. So neat to get out and connect with nature in various places all around, wherever you can, wherever you are. But it's neat to be able to have this experience today, to get out here and connect with this forest and see these trees and this environment. It really just does something special to you. And this one right here is really cool. It's 4 trees that have come to one at the bottom, but then at the top they separate. It's like a 4-headed monster. What?
I know.
What's that? Yeah.
I know.
You know. Where are you going?
Look at this.
Are you gonna get in that hole there, Mike, and live?
No.
Is that gonna be where you're gonna live?
No. That's probably somebody's home now.
It's a nice little hole for you. Micah, you can fit perfectly right here. Come on. Right there for you.
No.
So how does it feel being dwarfed by these giant trees?
It's really cool. I've always liked the forest anyway, but this is just on a whole different level. And the peace and quiet that's here is just amazing. And it just makes you want to sit here and be quiet and think, and it's awesome.
Alrighty, I don't consider myself a tree hugger, but I'm gonna hug this tree right here. Just look how wide this trunk is. Man. Cool. Micah, are you keeping Selah in check, making sure she doesn't walk off?
Walk.
Whoa! She's a wild animal?
I'm a horse. Hey, it looks like where the Ewoks live.
It sure does. Growing up, I used to enjoy seeing the Return of the Jedi and Ewok scenes where they were in the Redwood Forest when they filmed it. And I always wanted to come see redwood trees and just feel the size of them. And it is neat to be able to do so here at this park. It is amazing. Feel like we're Ewoks now. You can do get a lula, you can do get a lula. We're like Ewoks, aren't we, Micah? Then you can do get a lula, you can do get a lula. Sing it again. You can do get a lula. Hey everyone, I want everybody just to take a minute or two and let's just have some quiet time and just listen and feel the environment that is around us. Everybody pick a spot and just sit down for a minute. Spread out so you each can find your own peace and place of quietness and still. I so want to visit that place again. Yet I know that even though I'm not able to visit that Redwood Forest on a regular basis, it's still important to find a quiet place, a restorative place regularly where I am. And I encourage you to do the same. Find a place where you can heal and you can feel like you can find peace and quiet and be restored, away from your phones, away from checking emails and texts and all that. A place where your mind and body can just rest for a few hours. Just find a place where you can be restored. And that's one of the best advice that I feel like I can give you as a homesteader right now, is make sure you take care of yourself as a homesteader. There's no homestead without a homesteader to run it. So we need to make sure that we are taking care of our bodies. Some of us actually take better care of our animals and our possessions than we do ourselves, and that shouldn't be. We need to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves as well. Well, let me know in the comment section below, what are some of the things that you do to take care of yourself, to regroup, to restore, and find bring back that proper balance that you need, we all need. Also, just a reminder that we are doing a giveaway this month in January, and the participants will be selected from those of you who are signed up for our email newsletter. So make sure you check out the show notes below and sign up to subscribe to our email newsletter. That's it for today. We'll see you next time. As always, be strong, grow on, live life without excuses. We'll see you next time.